Chrysanta's stern expression quickly melted as she listened to her sister talk. Really, she managed to squeak, sounding as giddy as Kalina had heard her since they were about 8. Go look, Kalina shrugged. Chrysanta squealed and ran off, her lecture promptly forgotten in her excitement. Sam, the girl's voice was quiet, hesitant. I don't remember seeing her name on the list. It wasn't. The words hung there, over the table, for quite a while, nobody daring to comment on them. The longer the silence grew, the worse Kalina felt about what she had done, her stomach tying itself up in knots as she sat there in the quiet, occasionally glancing towards the hall to see if Chrysanta would come back to the cafeteria. Finally, Sam the boy spoke up. We're not that geeky, are we? Nobody bothered to answer. The girl sat up, desperately trying to stop wetting, but she was already done. Not again, she groaned quietly. She glanced back at her door, making sure nobody was watching, then threw her covers back and rolled out of bed. She quickly sat back down, seeing the wet spot on her pajamas. Camellia gave a little wriggle, but thankfully, stayed sleeping. The girl glanced nervously from her to the hallway outside her door. Should she try to get Camellia to her own room, and changed, while in soggy pajamas herself, or should she change herself first and hope that Camellia didn't wake up and figure out what was going on? It took a few moments for the girl to realize how silly she was being. Of course Camellia wasn't going to figure it out, especially if she just closed her bathroom door, as she quickly tiptoed around her bed to her bedroom door. She moved Camellia away from the wet spot on the bed, then decided to just take her out of her sleeper, which fortunately hadn't gotten very wet. She'd wash it with her bedding, though, since she needed the rest of the family to think that Camellia was the source of the wet bed. She was pleased, in a strange sort of way, to see that the diaper underneath was wet, if not as much so as hers. At least she wasn't the only one to have used her diaper this time.